What's up, everybody? Today is going to be a good one because we're taking a look at some, as I like to say, delusional Americans, because that's kind of how it is. You believe a certain way living in America, and sometimes you're brave enough to put it on the interwebs, which means that we can talk about it. So we're going to look at it here today. It's going to be pretty funny. So go ahead, as I like to say, get your popcorn ready and get ready to laugh and spit the popcorn out. All right, before we get going here, if you like this content, then please like the video and let's see what we can see. Why Europeans can't install air conditioning. Okay, she has the answer. This has to be good.
The only thing that you need to understand about Europeans and why they are the way that they are and why they complain so much about being super hot and having terrible heat, but then they never install AC is this. For hundreds and hundreds of years now, hundreds of years, the people who were scrappy, innovative problem solvers in Europe, they left. They came to America because it made sense to. Now, maybe not if they were super rich, like land barons or something like that, but then those sorts of people typically aren't the most innovative people anyway. People who had the agency and the drive to solve their own problems did solve their own problems, and they came to the United States.
So did you get that? There's no more innovative people in Europe or in whatever she said, UK, whatever she said. They all went to the United States. Oh, that explains it. Because it's hot as hell over here right now. We're going through a little heat wave. But I mean, I got a little air conditioning right here. We have air conditioning here, but I don't know how that happened. The people from America must have came back. I don't know. That's weird.
Did solve their own problems, and they came to the United States. The people left in Europe can't install air conditioning units because they're the descendants of the people who couldn't figure out how to buy a boat ticket across the Atlantic.
Oh my God. Oh, like everything is, my body just curled up. Like my toes, oh. Okay. So the ignorant poor people are the ones who stayed, and all the rich, intelligent people went to America. This is real. This is real. You might not think it is, but I read some of the comments, and this is her. This is what she believes.
This is not to say that many Europeans aren't lovely people. They are, and there's more to life than agency and problem solving. And every day, more are born who probably are naturally ambitious and will probably follow that ambition to end up in the United States eventually.
Oh my God. Sorry, I keep pausing it, but damn. She's like dropping bombs. She's saying all kind of crazy stuff. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I just need to let it play. My wife gets mad at me. She thinks I pause too much. I mean, look, I've only paused like 3 or 4 times. I should have paused like 70 times, okay? Everybody just calm down. Everybody calm down, okay? Subscribe.
Suffer from brain drain in the same way that like many countries in the global south do. They still suffer from a kind of ambition, innovation drain that has become central to their culture, their way of life, and their regulatory environment. This is why you have a bunch of Europeans coming on here and being like, oh, like it's just part of our culture to complain. It literally is. Problems are to be complained about, not solved. And because this is TikTok, I should probably specify, this is not a genetic argument. People create culture, and culture creates more of those people. And culture and people create regulations, which is half of what the issue is with Europe.
Hold on, I just had to pause this. Did she just come on the interwebs to complain that people in Europe complain? Is that what I just heard? It sure did sound like it. She's complaining right now. She's not like giving some, eulogy or whatever the hell. I don't know.
Create regulations, which is half of what the issue is with Europe. Even if someone is scrappy enough to try and install a window unit for AC, their government will probably ban them with some stupid license mandate. But no, I don't think that they're like genetically predestined to be losers or anything like that, but culture does perpetuate itself.
Oh, comment. I mean, that's all I got to say. I got to hear this because she said a lot of stuff in there. I can't believe people see, this is what I've said on this channel. We are taught in the United States of the America to believe that we're the best. We're the best in everything. Even if we've been around a shorter time than your country, like you came over here and you made us the best, I guess. I don't know, but we're the best. So you don't have air conditioning because you're not American. That's your problem, okay? Oh my God, this one was a doozy. She said a lot of stuff in there, but I don't know. Let's hear your comments and see what you got to say on that one. Oh my God.
You know who else is pissing me off lately? And this is completely off topic.
Who?
White Europeans.
Uh-oh.
The look you just gave me.
my
I was
God.
sick of them. You cannot take one breath. You cannot have one single bite of a sandwich online without a white European in your comments being like, it's so devastating to see America. Shut up. You guys know that, like, we've been to your countries, right? Like, you guys know that we've been to the UK.
Oh. You know we've been to your countries, right? We've been to the UK because that's how it is in America. Is you really just think that, you know, Europe is the UK. Like, that's what you think. That's crazy. Let's see what her friend has to say.
I don't get it, honestly. Like, I actually do not understand, like, the discussion. Now, okay, to be clear, like, I'm not loving America. That's not obvious.
No, this is not.
Okay.
This isn't a pro-America statement.
Rant.
But I am just, like, the way that we're talked about sometimes online, specifically in our food, I feel like the way food is discussed, portions, all of that, I'm like, are you guys, like, delusional? Because, honey, I've been to Europe and I've been given the largest portion I've ever seen in my life. I've been given, like, an entire, you know what I mean? Like, you go to the fast food restaurants.
I don't know what you mean. Hold on.
Been given, like, an entire, you know what I mean? Like, you go to the fast food restaurants, it's the same thing. You can get the same stuff.
When
you go to the fast food restaurants, you know, the same ones that you can find in America, McDonald's, Burger King, all those. And guess what? They give you the same large portions. That is so weird. I mean, I know it's a different country and it's a Burger King in a different country. Shouldn't they give you smaller portions? No. I just almost wanted to call her Big Dummy. That's what I just felt like saying right now. I stopped myself. I should have said it. Big Dummy. No, Big Dummy. No.
Thing. You can get the same stuff.
When I went to Spain for the first time, I was in Barcelona, and the couple next to me shared a huge salad that had tuna on top of it. Then they each had a steak, and over the course of the meal, they had 3 bottles of wine. This was 2 people. Right. I had one thing of paella with 2 other people, and then asked if I could have a to-go box, and they were like, "You're disgusting."
That's a lie. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I doubt they told her that she was disgusting. Okay. And in my experience here, the portions have not been bigger. I'm not exactly sure what she's talking about. Maybe she hasn't lived in Texas or places like that where the portions are ginormous. They have pancakes as bigger than her head over there. So I don't know where she got that from. I think it's just so interesting the way that people think. Wow, that's crazy. Let me know what you think about that one. Oh boy.
Why is it when you meet an American in another country and you ask where they're from, they will never say the United States or America, but
I don't know. That's what I always say. I say Estados Unidos. Like whenever they ask me where you're from, I say I'm from the United States. They might have a follow-up question like what state. If they're familiar with the United States, they might ask me what state. And then, you know, I tell them California or something like that. But I don't know why.
They will never say the United States or America, but instead it will always say either the state they're from or the city. When I'm overseas and somebody asks me where I'm from, I'll say Australia, the country I'm from. And then I'll say Sydney if they ask. When I was in Spain, I asked this woman where she's from, and she says, I'm from California. And I know California is very largely recognized on a world scale, but just say America.
Hey, Big Dog, I'm going to give you 2 actual answers here from somebody who lives in America but has also lived abroad multiple times. Let's take California, for example. The size of California is the size of Italy. Okay. That's the same thing as saying I'm from Italy. The size of...
No, it's not. No, it's not. Hold on. Let me at least let him explain himself, because this is not off to a good start, okay?
That's the same thing as saying I'm from Italy. The size of Texas is the size of Spain and Portugal combined. Even the state of Washington, which is where I live, is Hungary and Slovakia combined. When we give you states, we are giving you something that is the land mass size of 1 or more countries. Like me being from Seattle is like me saying that I'm from Budapest if I'm from Hungary. Second, culturally, each state is basically a different country. So for example, you said that the person...
No, it's not. I mean, I had to pause it on that. That is not true. He say each state is wait, what did he say?
State is basically a different country.
No, it's not basically a different country. There's not different governments, not very different. There's not different laws and rules, you know. I don't even know what to say. Wow. It's not different. It's not like a different country. What is wrong with these people?
Second, culturally, each state is basically a different country. So, for example, you said that the person that you met in Spain said she was from California. Somebody from California is so drastically different than somebody who's from Texas or somebody who's from Minnesota or somebody who's from New York. All of those cultures are so different from each other. They need to tell you what they are from culturally, not just where they are from geographically. No. I cannot imagine, I've not been to Australia, but I cannot imagine that the Australian cultures are as drastically different as the ones in the US. So you saying you're from Australia is fine. A lot of Australians are probably very similar. In America, anybody from North Carolina is going to be drastically different from somebody from Oregon. Anybody from Washington is going to be very drastically different from somebody from Hawaii. I don't know. I think if people do not understand the concept of the United States generally, it's going to be very hard to grasp why we talk about our geography the way we do on a global scale.
I don't know. To me, that comment was, that explanation had a lot of arrogance in it. That almost came out of my mouth wrong, but he had a lot of arrogance in that comment. Like, you don't understand us. And first of all, I think he said Texas was the same size as Spain and Portugal. Spain and Portugal, I mean, all the countries are different, but Spain and Portugal are like vastly different in a lot of ways. Obviously, the language. I mean, you can go from East Texas and to say Dallas, which is like central, and you're not going to have a different language. You might have like a different dialect or accent or something like that, but you're not going to have a different language. You're not going to have a different history where one country might be, you know, hundreds of years older. You know, like East Texas is not going to be hundreds of years older than West Texas, or the food is probably going to be pretty similar. This is just a crazy argument. That's why you say that I'm from California. I mean, I think that if somebody asks you and you're like, you know, they say, where are you from? And you'll be like, Wyoming. People will be like, what the hell? Where is that? Like, I mean, what is that in, you know, what country is that? I don't know. And that's because over here in Europe, when they ask you that, like, you are probably from a different country. Like, you wouldn't say, I'm from Europe, because then that would be the equivalent of somebody from the United States saying, like, I'm from North America or something. Like, no, just say what country you're from the United States. Oh, man, these first three got me pretty worked up, because that's, it's been a doozy so far. All right, let's check the next one.
And I just found out that people from the UK aren't religious.
Oh, no.
Like 80% of the population is atheist.
I don't know if that's true. But anyway, let's hear her talk.
The population is atheist. Is this what you would call culture shock? Because I'm sitting here like, how is that even possible? In an entire country. Like a first world country. Do y'all not believe in heaven and hell then? Are you like, you're not afraid of everlasting condemnation?
I mean, I don't know. I know where she's coming from, because this is what we were taught. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, especially you're in the black community in the United States. I mean, a lot of what they went through with slavery and stuff, they used religion to get through it, and it was handed down over generations. And I know I remember thinking that if I don't, you know, do all the things that you need to do to be saved so you don't go to hell, then, you know, I was going to wake up one day and my whole family was going to be gone because of the rapture. Like, you know, and I remember when I went to college, I met somebody that was from Pakistan. And I was devastated because like he wasn't going to be going to heaven. So I didn't know what I was going to do. I remember having a conversation with my mother. And anyway, I'm just saying all this to say that I with her, it's just, I guess, her beliefs, and she's not really, you know, like bashing somebody from other countries. She's like genuinely confused and wondering what in the hell? Because this is how it is. You have a realization that, like all these people are condemned to hell. So yeah, I don't know. It's not too much I could say about that one, because I get where she's coming from, but I've learned now. It's a lot different. So okay, let's keep going.
Europeans are so poorly traveled that they really think their continent has cultural diversity. Like, they don't realize that basically every country might as well be the same. They think Europe has so much culture, but they don't realize.
Wait, what? She thinks every country might as well be the same. Okay, let's see what she's saying.
The same. You think Europe has so much culture, but they don't realize that, like, country to country, it might as well be the same. Like, the majority of people, if you go to a country in Europe, you wouldn't even be able to tell exactly which country it was unless you were reading the language on the wall. Like, they're all basically the same. You look around, it's the same castles, the same buildings, the same streets, the same type of shit every single country you go to. There's more cultural diversity in a 15-minute drive in my town than there is in all of England. I mean, it's basically all.
Oh God. Okay, let me just calm down before I give myself something bad happen. But what in her town, there's more cultural diversity than all of England. I mean, all of it. Like, hey, France and Portugal, same thing. It's the same. Hello. Germany, Spain, same. I mean, you might speak a little bit different language, but I mean, it's all the same. What are you talking about? It's just like me being in California and, just going from Pasadena in Southern California to Los Angeles. Hey, it is so different. Oh my God. It's like a whole different zip code. You would be shocked.
Than there is in all of England. I mean, it's basically all just the same throughout. It's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, go to somewhere in Liverpool and then go to London. They're basically the exact same. Like, talk to them for 15 minutes. They have the exact same life all the way up until that moment that you talk to them, I guarantee you. And like in Europe, you can travel an hour and be in a completely different country, but meanwhile, it feels the exact same. Like, it feels the exact same, and yet you're in a different country. So they think just because it's smaller and there's more countries, that means that they're more diverse, but really, it's the exact same. Meanwhile, in Virginia, you can go from one side of Virginia to the other side of Virginia. You'll have completely different accents, completely different cultures, food. Like, it's completely different.
Okay, so what does she think is going to happen if you go from one country to the next? They're going to have same food, same accents, same culture? Because that's what she just said. In Virginia, you're going to have completely different food, different accents, different culture. Well, I can tell you that if you go from, Amsterdam to Berlin, you're going to have a different language. You're going to have different foods, different cultures, different history, a whole bunch of other stuff. So she needs to travel more.
In just the same state, and they want to talk about cultural diversity. It's just crazy, because whenever you talk to a well-traveled European, they barely ever even left their continent, and they want to claim to be well-traveled and cultured. Like, dude, maybe if you talk to anyone outside of Europe, you would find that you are not that culturally different than anywhere else in Europe. It is not that crazy.
God.
Like, most Europeans want to claim that they're well-traveled. Meanwhile, they've never even been on an airplane more than 6 hours.
Well, because you don't have to. Hold on, she's about to finish.
Even been on an airplane more than 6 hours. Like, hello? You've never even left Europe. Don't claim to be cultured, because you barely know anything about culture if you've only lived in Europe.
Oh my God. I can't believe people think this. But this is how it works, man. But that's crazy. Like, you don't need to get on a plane. Like, we just saw yesterday, they have a ferry where you can go from northern Spain, I think, all the way to Ireland. 27 hours. I mean, I'm not getting on a plane, but Ireland is a lot different than Spain. I can tell you that in every way. And I can take a train everywhere. So I can go to 50 countries. I don't know the exact number of countries here in Europe yet. Sorry. But I can go to 50 countries and without ever getting on a plane. Is she trying to say that all those countries are the same and there's no difference? Sorry. There's no difference between, like Nevada and Texas. There's more difference between Nevada and Texas than there is between France and Italy. Oh my God. These are just so, interesting and strange and weird and anything else that you can think. I don't even know what to say. But those are just a few. I think we got a lot there, a lot to discuss. Try, put some in the comments. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to these and just hearing what you have to say. I cannot believe that these people actually think this way. But that's what happens when you don't travel a lot. Me as an American who never traveled much, like you just have one view of the world. And then if you see it and it's better, it's like you almost don't want to let yourself believe that it's better, because then that would mean that where you're from is not as good. At least that's my personal opinion. So, all right, that was a good little compilation of little videos there. Let me know what you think down below. I definitely would appreciate that. If you like this kind of content, then subscribe to the channel, man. It's easy and it's free. My name is Greg. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.